So it's coming up on the end of October 2022, and I have a real quick project. My older brother, Mark, had knee surgery back in September. Nope, sorry, early August. And he had some difficulty with the surgery and with the recovery. Not a lot, but he is not yet at the point where he can say he's glad he did it. So I've got a story for you about that, but he's the one who gave me that sign. So every day I come into my workshop, I have to see that sign. So we're gonna make a sign for him. The sign is a simple one. I have some clear pine that I'm going to use for the sign. It's going to be this big. And I went online and I purchased a bunch of letters. And they're in wood, birch plywood, and it's only about 1/8 of an inch thick. And we're going to glue this onto that pine once we get the pine, ready. So the next step is to dress the pine up just a little bit. I want to do something about the edges. So I've put a roundover bit into my router table, and we're going to run this piece through on 4 sides, round it over a little bit just to give it a nice finish, or a better finish. That's it. Nice little bead detail on the edge. Dresses it up kind of nice. And from that, we'll just move on. Our mother, she had knee replacement surgery. And her recovery was really pretty good for the most part. The last knee wasn't. She developed an infection, and that was pretty disastrous. But in any case, arthritis runs in our family, and my older brother Mark suffers from it, unfortunately, and so too do I. And he had to have both knees replaced. Now, he did the right knee, and as I told you, he was recovering nicely, and then he'd suffer a setback, and it was frustrating to him. And then he would move forward, and he would suffer a setback, and again, very frustrating to him. And I can understand that. I understand what he's going through and how frustrating that could be. But the same guy who gave me that sign, the one who said, I laugh because there's nothing you can do about it. Never go first when you're trading barbs. I was constantly asking him, it's my wife. I was constantly asking him if he was happy yet that he had the surgery, and he kept saying, not yet, not yet. And I was really hoping, the device is disconnected. I was really hoping that he would be happy sooner. Really hoping that he didn't have any problems with his surgery, and he had minor problems. Well, he was visiting, or he was at the doctor's office, and he was meeting with the physician assistant, and he was telling the physician assistant about his recovery to that point. And she said, well, let me ask you a question. And those of you who know me, know what a bright, bubbly personality I am. But my brother Mark, when he's in pain, he can be a bit grumpy. Um, so she said, well, let me ask you a question. And he says, no, damn it, I'm not happy that I had the surgery yet. And she said, well, that's not what I was going to ask you. And he says, well, what were you going to ask me? And she said, do you feel better today than you did 2 weeks ago? And he said, well, I have to admit that, yeah, I feel better today than I did 2 weeks ago. And this physician assistant looked at my brother, who's taller than I am. He's a big man with a big voice, and she says to him, well, suck it up, Buttercup. And that's the idea of a sign was born. And that's what this says, suck it up, Buttercup. Now, my brother has to have his other knee replaced in December, and I'm hopeful that it goes so much better than this last one did. I'm hoping his recovery is quicker. Knowing what he knows now, hopefully he'll be a bit more patient with the recovery, knowing how it's going to go. And let's just hope that it goes better than the right knee did. I don't know anything about medical procedures, but maybe the right knee was worse than the left knee. So I'm just hopeful that that this will go well. And I'm hopeful that my sister-in-law Lynn can put this sign somewhere that he can't get his hands on it, or that she can get it out of the way in case he gets upset with it. But in any case, he's going to get this sign, and he's going to get it right after he comes home from his second surgery. I'm going to mail it the day that he has the surgery. And like I said, I'm really hopeful that this second surgery goes better. But in any case, he shouldn't have joked about me not being able to do anything about it, because, oh, there's something I can do about it. I got a woodworking shop. There's something I can do about it. Okay, that's it. I've glued it up. I've got it clamped up, as you can see. We'll set that off to the side, let it dry. I'll come back and I'll put a finish on it, either a varnish or a polyurethane. I'm not sure what yet. And that's the sign. And, you know, all kidding aside, the purpose of it is hopefully when he sees it to make him laugh. Again, he's going to be just coming out of his second surgery, and I'm really hopeful that his recovery is better this time than it was last time. Everyone who goes through something like this, it's a very personal thing, and you know, we tease each other mercilessly, we really do. But I was really worried about him with this surgery, and I'm worried about the next one, and I'm really hopeful that it goes okay. Hopefully this brings a little bit of sunshine to his day, and when he's feeling down, hopefully it perks him up a little bit, and you know, gives him something to look forward to, because by the time he gets to this next surgery, I just talked to him last week, and he said he's within a week or two of being glad that he did the surgery, and that's a big relief. I know that eventually he will be happy that he did it, and I'm looking forward to that day. And I'm hoping that when he has the next surgery, when he has those down days or those inevitable setbacks in his therapy, that he can look up at this sign and think of his physician assistant, who's gutsy as all get out, and know that we're thinking about him and that we love him, and we really are wishing him a speedy recovery. So I want to turn that off. I'm going to start another project, and I'll come back to this in a day, or probably tomorrow, and finish it up with a quick stain.
It's December 14th, and it is 1 week since my brother had a surgery, and I'm happy to report that all went well, and he is recovering better than I could have hoped for, and better than he did last time.